Well, folks, it has finally happened. Um, what's her name? April Carolyn Levitt. Is that her name?
Caroline Levitt with a K.
Carol Caroline Levitt
Mm-hmm.
with a K
Yes.
held a White House press briefing today for the first time.
The room was packed.
The room was packed. You didn't even have a seat, and you're the oldest, the long, not oldest. Let me get this straight. That's big not the oldest. Lord have mercy.
I'm the
I believe I
longest
said that. The
serving
longest tenured. She
Black
started as a
White House
teenager.
correspondent in history. I did. I'm
I
tied
know.
with Wendell Goler. No, I started in my 20s. I'm tied with Wendell Goler, 28 years in, and she knew who I was. Yeah. Hey, Stacy. She knew who I was. She called on me right away. I mean, she called on me at the end, but one of the press members said something about, yeah, I want for programming. No, I said, programming. And he said what it was, asking if there were going to be daily briefings. I said, oh, that's a good question. She said, April, yes, there is. I said, oh, boy. So towards the end, she called on me. I got three questions. She only wanted to grant me two, but I think that third one really, the third one said a lot. But I got immediate text messages from presidents of universities because that pause in loans and grants for wokeness, for for what is it, global warming and stuff like that. And I asked because many of them I was told, and this is going in our story, I was told many presidents, and I got to be really careful, guys, because a lot of media are listening to us, and I want to break our own story, not give it to other people. But I understand that many university presidents were concerned about that this morning. They were calling early this morning, like 7 o'clock. So a university president reached out to me right away and texted me, and I hadn't talked to any of them. The only person I talked to this morning was someone from the NAACP, and that was it. And I came to work, but it was a very packed room, so packed that I wouldn't be surprised if the fire marshal comes next time. But they're changing
So
up.
why didn't you have a seat though? What happened there?
Why didn't I have a seat? So there is a grandfathering in that room. Um, Two of the black people in the fourth row, I had both those seats. I got them in those seats actually. And now every time you go to a new organization, you got to apply, and I had to reapply. Even though I'm the longest serving, they're going to give me my status. I'm at the highest status because one, I served on the board of the Correspondents Association,
You
so
did.
I automatically get in. I'm at the highest status, and now I'm working to be in the pool and have a seat. But nowhere, it doesn't matter where I am. I'm going to be recognized. Y'all know that.
That's right. Well, so let's do this.
Look at Stacy
And,
just sitting there laughing. Stacy's
and
like,
Listen, I watched you today, and like you said, first and foremost, I was so glad that the three questions I heard, and in fact, I saw some responses online to your questions, and everyone was so happy you asked those questions, those specific questions. And Mark, it looked like there was twice as many people in there as it normally is, if not more. It was jam packed.
yeah,
it was
it was.
jam packed.
So
And
I've got your
she would,
questions.
yeah,
I've
go
got
ahead.
them. You want to hear them? Let's do it. Let's see if we can get these on the air.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, what one wasn't a question. It looked like Caroline is trying to cozy up to you. Someone was asking, I've been talking all week about how these people don't come to work. It's supposed to be daily.
You are terrible. I told, but she told you exactly what I've been telling you.
No, no,
I've
no,
been
wait a minute,
working
wait a minute.
around these people so long.
Even C-SPAN on their website, go to it, stay cspan.org. It is headline White House Daily Press Briefing. Okay. It's supposed to be a daily thing. Folks supposed to come to work. You go to work, everybody go to work, they gotta
But
go to work.
they are working. Okay, let me say this. They're over the years. First of all, the press briefings didn't start to be daily until Mike McCurry and Bill Clinton. And the former press secretary regretted it because it became very performative, he felt.
Okay.
So, so now
So we're gonna do it once a month.
I don't know, but I'll be there.
So here we go. So
Stacy
so
or
so the
Stacy or
question was
April will be there.
the question was, Caroline, will this be a daily thing? And you said good question, and Caroline said yes, April, good question. So I think I have that. Let me see if we can.
In terms of programming, should we expect to see you here every day? How frequently will these press briefings be?
It is a good question, April. So look, the president, as you know, is incredibly accessible. First day here, he wanted all of you in the Oval Office. You got a 60-minute press conference with the leader of the free world while he was simultaneously signing executive orders. I may add that's pretty impressive. I don't think the previous office holder would be able to pull such a thing off. So look, the president is the best spokesperson that this White House has, and I can assure you that you will be hearing from both him and me as much as possible.
And then a question about.
All right. So were you all able to hear that?
Yes, I heard it loud and clear.
Yeah. So that's her. And then here is the second, as you mentioned, Stacey. You know, April got to fire off some questions. She seems like she kind of likes you. You know,
Well,
but
you know, but
I
it's
don't know
so
if you want to wear
ironic.
that as a badge of honor or not.
I don't know, right? But I think they respect me. I heard President Trump respects me because of my backbone. I'm a
because you stood up.
singular.
Yeah, but
singular person
bullies
in
like
that
people
room.
who stand up to him. They
So
respect people who stand up to him.
But you guys got to understand, there's history. I am the longest serving. This is history. I am the longest serving and still there Black White House correspondent in history. And they've got a picture up of me asking President Trump questions in the lavatoria. And I was shocked. They said, oh, they put that up right at noon on January 20th. I said, what? So there is, I think,
No,
there's
women. April, you got to remind people what you mean by lavatoria.
cafeteria with the lavatory in it. Very interesting
it's
aroma.
tight in there, y'all. It's
We're not going to
real
elaborate
tight.
on it. It's tight in there. It's a very small space. We're not going to elaborate, but that's
It's real tight in there. Okay, I think we have the other, and this is the longer presentation that April Ryan gave. I mean, you know, Stacey, when people are new in buildings like that young lady's never been in that situation before. She probably is going to have to depend on April at some point to find out where the coffee is, where the coffee maker is.
Oh, they've been coming back to our area for coffee and stuff.
Okay, here we go. Here's a longer question.
April.
Caroline, welcome to the briefing room.
Thank you.
Several questions. One on the pause. Will minority serving institutions, preferably colleges and universities, have those monies held back temporarily at this moment?
Again, I have not seen the entire list because this memo was just sent out. So I will provide you all with updates as we receive them, okay?
Secondly, when it comes to immigration, there is this southern border focus. What happens to those who've overstayed their visas? That is part of the broken immigration system. In 2023, there was a report by the Biden administration, the Homeland Security Department, that said overstays of visas were 3 times more than usual. Will there be a focus on the overstays for visas as well?
If an individual is overstaying their visa, they are therefore an illegal immigrant residing in this country, and they are subject to deportation.
And also,
Yes.
lastly, as we're dealing with anti-DEI, anti-woke efforts, we understand this administration is thinking about celebrating Black History Month. Have you got any word on that? Anything that you can offer to us?
As far as I know, this White House certainly still intends to celebrate, and we will continue to celebrate American history and the contributions that all Americans, regardless of race, religion, or creed, have made to our great country, and America is back. Christian Day talk.
Mark,
America
let me say
is
something.
back.
Wait, Mark, let me say something right quick.
Come on.
That second question, right? See, people say, well, you know, I thought you guys, you know, you was like helping cover the White House. You was doing the White House stuff for the Black press. You know, why you need someone else? First of all, you don't have to ask why we needed April Ryan. Everybody needs an April Ryan. But
Oh no,
but here's
Stacey's still working.
here's
No, Stacey's definitely still a White House correspondent. I'm just coming in. And Stacey, he is not going anywhere.
no, but here's my point. April asked her about the immigrants on the other side, the other border. My question would have been put so unprofessionally. It'd have been like, what about the white folks? What about the white immigrants? April did it all nice.
But
No,
but
I
no,
well,
but
I
you
can
have to
attest to the
really,
fact
and
that
that's
Stacey definitely would have done that. I can attest
no,
to
but
it.
but no, but
And none of
seriously,
us would have been in
that's
the White House again.
no, but
Everybody's
that's
pants have been revoked. Nobody, April, you be out there.
What about the white immigrants? April
but no,
says, what
I
about
that's and
those
I've
who are
been saying that.
overstaying?
And I've been saying that. Here's the thing, Stacey, and you're not going anywhere. Here's the thing. It's unfortunate, but I've been saying the whole time, Black and brown are the focus of the southern border. And those overstays of the visas, the people flying, they don't look like us. So I put it so it wouldn't be throwing me out. knocking me down. But to get an answer, she understood where I was.
Yeah, she knew. She knew. And that third question too, American history. You said specifically Black History Month. Mark, she said American history.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's clear, anti woke, anti DEI, anti affirmative action. And then you're gonna, how will you celebrate? Because I heard, because there was something going around all on the internet, as President George W. Bush used to call them, the internets. There used to be something that went around that on IG specifically saying that the White House is shutting down all federal celebrations of Black History Month. And I had already started asking this question really actually the weekend. And the person who I've been in contact with from the administration said, I've been in meetings where we're talking about celebrating. So I wanted to hear it on the record from the president's mouthpiece, Caroline Levitt. So she gave us the official response to that. And it's important to get them on the record. You ask them versus being, texting, well, what are you hearing and stuff. The texting is to fill out the story. But to get the president or his spokesperson to be on record to say something, it's monumental.
So now, did we get an answer though? Because I'm hearing from people at agencies that are being told in different agencies not to recognize Black History Month.
So you know what? These people that you're getting, tell them to give us the letters quietly. Give us the letters that they're getting so we can verify it. But listening to her, it's American History Month. So maybe they're going to, I don't think there's going to be any commingling with it. I think what it's going to be is American History Month instead of Black History Month. The narrative will be changed for the
No
federal
question.
government, for the White House. But
Right.
as far as personally, you can have as many Black History Month events as you want. But, as far as the federal government,
Yeah.
they're
There,
trying
there,
to
there, there will be no African welcome dance in Department of Education or Department of Justice or anything like that. There will be
I'm going to
no
find the
dashiki
drummers.
wearing.
I'm gonna find the drummers. I just bought an African outfit from Lagos, Nigeria, and I'm waiting for it to come to my house. I'm excited about it. I don't remember the name of it, but I'm gonna wear it. I've got a lot of African outfits. I might wear it to work. Who knows?
Well, there it is, Mark. And this is that would be something that we would need to make sure that we catch that on camera too as she walks in that briefing room.
But I wear ethnic attire sometimes. I wear, what is it? European attire. I can wear whatever attire I want. If I wanted to wear a dashiki one day, I mean, if I wanted to put my hair in braids, and that's the interesting thing. In my last book, Black Women Will Save the World, an Anthem, I have not worn my hair in braids in that White House because of the fear that people would consider me militant. And if they considered me militant, I would not be, in their minds, I would not be taken as seriously. So I come in and still ask the questions. Asking the questions I ask, and then it's a delicate dance in that space. I mean, I've been there for 28 years. And I put braids on. I tell you, I'm a braid wearer on vacation. I can tell you that. But, and that's kind of the code switch thing, Mark, that everybody talks about.
What else stood out to you today? Because did I miss something, you all? So everybody kept asking about what programs were being cut.
Right.
And she seemed to have a hard time. Somebody kept saying Medicaid.
Yes, she got Medicare and Medicaid confused. So she's got to go back. She got Medicaid and Medicare confused because she was saying people who get singular checks are not going to be affected. But she used the wrong wording. So we had to go back. She's got to go back and come out and fix that because we were trying to understand what she was saying. And that was a little mix up there. But this is a big deal. What organizations in the federal government, or what organizations, period, that get federal monies, like states, what states that get the federal monies that disperse it to these organizations that are going to be shut down? People are going to lose rent. People are going to lose money for their organization. This stuff could cause pain. So go ahead.
I'm sorry, April, but just to give you a quick example, Mark, Washington, D.C. alone, $6.3 billion in federal funding is allocated to the district, around that amount every year. That funding accounts for 32.2% of DC's total revenue, and it does support Medicaid,
Yeah.
temporary assistance for needy families, public schools, and infrastructure. And
Yeah.
nearly 51% of these funds went to public welfare programs in DC.
Yeah.
So that's called, folks. These Stacey's is making a statehood argument for us.
Mhm.
Everywhere there's a federal presence in the 50 states, there's a payment in lieu of
And
tax.
territories. Let's talk and territories.
No, not territories. Everywhere there's a federal presence. Well, not you're right. No, it is territories too, but they're not.
I was wondering where you were
No,
going.
but
Can you say Puerto Rico?
yeah. So now, well, I mean, I don't know how much they get, but there's a payment in lieu of taxes because it's an understanding that the federal presence affects the economy of the place in which they have that presence.
So let me say this. They are actually pausing. Hold on, Mark. They're actually pausing because I don't want to go too far on this. There's a concern everywhere, but I don't want to go too far on this because people will assume they're pausing to see what actually is touched and what actually is going to lose money. And that's what they're trying to do. They're pausing because they don't know themselves. So I don't want to go too far on this, but people are concerned. So we got to wait to see which ones. But if people really are concerned, you know what to do. You know what to do. Ask your leaders, ask your government leaders, etc. And they're still trying to figure it out. I don't want to say what's in jeopardy right now because I asked about HBCUs. HBCUs are concerned as well, and they don't know yet. The White House could not tell me. You heard that tape. You heard the cut that we just used. So
No, and I wouldn't say it was cut either. I was just making a point, just elaborate on a point Stacey made. The district does not get enough money as it is.
Yes,
because
that's true.
of federal presence. We should be a state. All right. And so since we're not, we get this payment in lieu of taxes, and it could affect some of these programs.
And you know who's hurting from this too, and it's interesting because folks, I voted for Trump. I voted for Trump. I voted for Trump. Well, 7 of the 10 states most dependent on federal funds are red states. So they're being crushed by the guy that they support.
Appalachia, is that one of the states? Kentucky.
Kentucky is one. You go West Virginia. You can go down the list with these red states, and they are really being hit hard. If this freeze continues, they're the ones who are going to really feel it the worst.
And
or the
here's
most.
the next. And here's the next thing. DEI just is not for Black folks. It's for white people, women, and people who are disabled as well. So the hurt is going to be spread across. It's not just saying, "Oh, now there you go." It's going the hurt will be spread out. So as they're trying to not overpay and watch their money, it's we're 8 days in. We're 8 days in. We're 8 days in.
And 8 days in, and this is the first press conference.
Oh my gosh, we're back on this. I love Mark. Mark has been like,
Mark will not let this one go.
He will not.
I watched last week when you guys were talking about this. Mark is
supposed to be good for a press conference, but you don't have nothing to say, and you're not doing nothing. You just signing executive orders and doing crazy things. All right, April, you headed home?
Ask you questions. I got to get home. I got to get home so I can write the story up. So, Stacey, you know where I'm going already. So we can, we all communicate together to let each other know what we're doing. We are a team.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes, we are a team. We support one another, and that's the great thing. So we're getting ready to. I'm getting ready to go and post my questions because the Twitter is it's formerly known as Twitter, is going off. The IG, the I to the G is going off, and so is the book, the face to the book. And I got to learn how to use fan base. So I'm gonna start, putting it everywhere. But it was interesting. Those questions were interesting, and it's so funny. Caitlin Collins, when she said Caitlin Collins is back at the White House, when Caroline said to me, "Oh, it is a good question, April. Kristen Collins, Kristen turned around and looked at me. I was like, girl, sit back there. Because she was like, look, they know you. So Caitlin and I have covered the White House for a long time. And it was kind of funny because it was,
Where's
the
Caitlin?
old heads.
Where is she working? What outlet is she with?
CNN, and she's
Oh, she's still
doing the
CNN, okay.
nightly show, and she's at the White
That's
House.
right. That's right. I remember that.
Crazy.
She's the one who stole Don Lemon's job. That's what I remember that.
Oh,
Right.
gotta go. See ya. Love you.
No, wait. I forgot to
I
say.
don't get into controversy in
I
2025.
forgot to say. I forgot to ask this though, or acknowledge this. At the very beginning, she called on all the faux pseudo journalists.
No, she called on Axios first. Mike Allen has covered the White House, but then she went to Breitbart, and she went to some of these other, conservative news outlets that don't normally get called. She's shaking it up. I got to put in a call to the board to find out if they talked to her about how she's planning to change this. So it's her prerogative to call on who she wants. But she's not doing legacy media first.
Yep. And you saw that today for sure.
Yeah.
Hey,
But Black Press USA got a question in. Our name is Black Press USA. We got 3 questions in.
3.
And notice, yes. So yeah.
Stacey, give us a preview of what you're covering in the morning. I'll let it be known.
Oh, one of the things again, Project 2025 is real, and folks still don't talk about it enough, but they are seeing it. Trump says that I can show you better than I can tell you, and this guy, you know the name for sure, April and Mark, you know the name, Russell Vought. He was Trump's Office of Management and Budget Director under his first term, and he's one of the Project 2025 authors. And a ProPublica who I really enjoy uncovered a phone call and several private events that he spoke at just before Trump took office this time, and he likened everything to 1776, specifically 1776 and 1860. And he said, and his exact quote was, there is going to be a lot of trauma for a lot of people, but we will have our way.
Those years, slavery was still okay. I got to roll. I got work to do.
Thank you.
I'm gonna be up late. I appreciate you, Stacey. I appreciate you, Mark. I love this supportive group, Black Press USA, guys. I'm gonna share this. We're gonna collaborate on this. We're all, I guess, gonna share this on our IGs.
Yeah, we'll share.
Out, my brothers. I appreciate you.
BlackPressUSA.com, y'all.